empty now, but I'm still holding on. The love that slipped away before the dawn. I watched you drift away while I refused to see the moments that were breaking right in front of me. I stayed in the shadows of what we used to be, hoping love would find a way to come back to me. I ignored the signs, the distance in your eyes. I stayed too long, holding on to what's gone, clinging to the memories while the night moved on. I stayed too long, waiting for a spark, but the love we had was fading in the dark. Your laughter in the kitchen now echoes through my mind, and every place we wandered reminds me of what's left behind. I try to make it last, but time was on your side, and all I have now are the tears I hide. I couldn't let go, even when I knew. I stayed too long, holding on to what's gone, clinging to the memories while the night moved on. I stayed too long, hoping love would stay, but the heart I held was already far away. Maybe love has limits and hearts know when to leave, but I stayed in the silence longer than I should believe. The hardest part of leaving is realizing I already did. I stayed too long in a place that's cold, a love that slipped away, a story left untold. I stayed too long, waiting for a spark, but the fire we had fell quietly in the dark. Now the dawn reminds me of the time I lost. I stayed too long and learned the cost. The pieces are scattered across the empty floor. The love we held so tightly exists here no more. I can see it breaking in every silent stare. The words we never said now float like empty air. Your laughter once a melody now echoes loud time had other brains. Love died in pieces, falling like shattered glass. Every memory of you is fading way too fast. I held the fragments of a heart once whole. Love died in pieces and left me in the cold. The photographs on the wall still show our better days, but every smile captured feels distant in the haze. The nights we whispered secrets now feel too far away, and all the love we promised has slowly gone astray. I thought we could repair it, but some cracks never mend. Love died in pieces, scattered on the ground. Every heartbeat echoes the silence of no sound. I held the fragments of a heart once whole. Love died in pieces and left me in the cold. Maybe hearts are fragile, maybe love cannot stay. Maybe some things fade quietly and slowly slip away, but the hardest truth I know is that some love won't grow. Love died in pieces, falling like shattered glass. Every memory of you is fading way too fast. I held the fragments of a heart once whole. Love died in pieces and left me in the cold. And now the silence lingers where our voices used to be. Love died in pieces, and I'm left with only me. The night feels colder now. Your shadow's gone from here. Pieces of what we had lie broken in the air. I can still hear your laughter, but it's just a memory. The walls that held our love now echo silently. Your touch that once was warm feels empty in my hand, and all the dreams we promised have slipped like grains of sand. I thought love could survive, but hearts can break in time. Love died in pieces, falling like shattered glass. Every word unspoken lives in the past. I held the fragments of a heart once whole. Love died in pieces and left me in the cold. The photographs we cherished now fade beneath my gaze. Each smile a broken promise, lost inside the haze. The nights we whispered secrets now feel so far away. Every heartbeat that I feel reminds me you can't stay. I thought we could fix it, but some cracks never mend. Love died in pieces, falling like shattered glass. Every word unspoken lives in the past. left me in the cold. The silence lingers longer where our voices used to be. Love died in pieces. I'm left alone with me. The night whispers quietly of things we left behind. A love once so certain, now fading in our minds. We used to hold forever, like it was in our hands. But time slipped through the cracks, like footprints in the sand. Your eyes no longer linger, the laughter disappeared, and all the dreams we built are gone, just like you feel. I thought we had it all, but some things fall apart. We lost what mattered in the spaces in between. The love we once depended on is nothing to be seen. I held the pieces of a heart once whole. We lost what mattered, left our love untold. The photographs on the shelf now gather dust in time. Each smile a quiet memory of a life that wasn't mine. The nights we stayed together now feel like separate days, and every word we never said just lingers in the haze. I tried to keep us close, but distance had its way. We lost what mattered in the spaces in between. The love we once depended on is nothing to be seen. I held the pieces of a heart once whole. We lost what mattered, left our love untold. Maybe hearts are fragile, maybe love can fade, maybe the hardest endings are the ones we never made. But every broken moment still whispers our refrain. We lost what mattered, like ashes in the wind. Every memory we cherished is slowly wearing thin. I held the fragments of a heart once whole. We lost what mattered, left our love untold. The silence now surrounds us where our voices used to be. We lost what mattered, and all that's left is me. door closed without a sound, no footsteps on the floor, a silence in the hallway I never felt before. Your shadow slipped away before I could even speak. The warmth that once surrounded now left my heart so weak. I turned to find your face, but only emptiness remained. And every word I wanted was caught up in the pain. I thought you'd stay a little longer, but love had other plans. Goodbye came too quietly, like a whisper in the night. No tears, no shouting, just fading out of sight. I'm left with memories and echoes of your name. Goodbye came too quietly, and nothing feels the same. The songs we used to play now echo like a ghost. Every corner of this room reminds me of what's lost. Your laughter in the distance still haunts the empty air, and every breath I take feels like it's never shared. I thought I'd hear your voice again, but silence took its place. Goodbye came too quietly, like a whisper in the night. No tears, no shouting, just fading out of sight. I'm left with memories and echoes of your name. Goodbye came too quietly, and nothing feels the same. Maybe some endings don't make a sound. Maybe the hardest goodbyes are the ones that leave no ground. But every quiet moment still reminds me you're gone. Goodbye came too quietly, like a whisper in the night. No tears, no shouting, just fading out of sight. I'm left with memories and echoes of your name. Goodbye came too quietly, and nothing feels the same. Now the night surrounds me and the stars won't reply. Goodbye came too quietly, and I'm left asking why. The light still falls the same, but shadows feel so wrong. A voice I thought I knew, now lost inside the song. You're here but not the same. The laughter's gone from your eyes. The love I used to know now lives in quiet sighs. I reach for old memories of the person I once knew, but every time I try I find the space is new. I wish I could bring back the heart you used to show. I miss who you were before the world changed you, the warmth that held me close, the love that felt so true. I miss miss the smile you wore, the light inside your soul. I miss who you were before the pieces stole. The places we once wandered now echo differently, and every step beside you feels empty and empty. I hold your hand in silence, but it doesn't feel the same. The heart I fell in love with has been replaced by change. I wish I could bring back the love we used to know. I miss who you were before the world changed you, the warmth that held me close, the love that felt so true. I miss the smile you wore, the light inside your soul. I miss who you were before the pieces stole. Maybe time has taken the person that I knew. Maybe hearts grow distant even when love stays true. But the hardest part of loving is missing what you lose. I miss who you were, the laughter, the warmth, the light, the soul that held me steady through every sleepless night. I miss the love we carried before it slipped away. I miss who you were before you went astray. Now I'm left with shadows of a love I can't restore. I miss who you were and who you were before. The room feels empty now, your voice a fading sound. The echoes of our laughter are scattered on the ground. I remember how you held me like nothing could go wrong. But somewhere in the distance we lost where we belong. The pictures on the wall still hold the smiles we knew, but every glance reminds me you loved me once, not true. I thought our hearts were endless, but love can slip away. You loved me once, but not enough to stay. You let the fire fade and quietly walked away. I'm left here breathing slowly with memories I can't touch. You loved me once, but I needed more than enough. The nights we spent together now feel like distant dreams. The warmth that once surrounded has gone like flowing streams. Your hands that held my sorrow are no longer holding mine, and all the words unspoken remind me love declined. I thought we'd fight the silence, but it grew between our hearts. You loved me once, but not enough to stay. You let the fire fade and quietly walked away. I'm left here breathing slowly with memories I can't touch. You loved me once, but I needed more than enough. Maybe some hearts falter even when love is real. Maybe leaving quietly is the only way they heal. But I'll carry what remains, even if it's bittersweet pain. You loved me once, but not enough to stay. You let the fire fade and quietly walked away. I'm left here breathing slowly with memories I can't touch. You loved me once, but I needed more than enough. The silence now reminds me of the love I can't reclaim. You loved me once, but it's never quite the same. The road ahead is empty, the night feels colder now. Your footsteps fade in silence, but my heart stayed somehow. I walked away slowly, though love still lingered there. Every step I took left pieces everywhere. The memories surround me like ghosts I cannot chase. And though I move forward, I feel your warm embrace. I thought leaving would help me heal, but a part of me stayed still. My heart stayed behind in the moments we shared, where laughter turned to whispers and love was unaware. I carry the empty spaces while I try to find a way to live without you, but my heart stayed behind. The songs we used to play still echo in my mind, each note a gentle reminder of what I left behind. The nights are longer now, and shadows hold your face. Every breath I take feels like a vacant space. I thought distance would ease the pain, but the memory still remains. My heart stayed behind in the moments we shared, where laughter turned to whispers and love was unaware. I carry the And every quiet moment reminds me what I left. My heart stayed behind in the echoes of our time, the pieces of our story still waiting to be mine. I carry the empty spaces while I try to find a way to move forward, but my heart stayed behind. The night wraps around me, but I feel you near. My heart stayed behind, even as I disappear. The silence grew between us like shadows in the night. We didn't fight or scream, we just lost the light. The laughter turned to whispers, the smiles became too red, and every little gesture felt empty in the air. I try to hold you closer, but distance found a way, and every word I said couldn't make you stay. I thought we had forever, but forever slipped away. We fell out slowly, not with anger, not with pain, just a quiet fade in love, like sunlight turning rain. We fell apart in silence while the world kept spinning by, and the love we used to know died without a cry. The songs we used to sing now echo like a ghost. Every memory of us is what I miss the most. Your hand no longer reaches, your eyes no longer meet, and every day reminds me we lost what was complete. I thought our hearts could fight, but some love can't survive. We fell out slowly, not with anger, not with pain, just a quiet fading love, like sunlight turning rain. We fell apart in silence while the world kept spinning by, and the love we used to know died without a cry. Maybe some hearts drift even when they're meant to stay. Maybe the hardest standings are the ones that fade away. Every quiet moment reminds me you're gone. We fell out slowly, like pages in a book. Every chapter we wrote, now gone without a look. We fell apart in silence while the world kept spinning by, and the love we used to know died without a cry. The night now holds our shadows where our love used to lie. We fell out slowly and whispered our goodbye. The night feels colder now. Your voice is far away. The warmth we used to share has faded into gray. I remember holding you close, like nothing could go wrong. But time crept in between us, and love could not stay strong. Your eyes don't find mine. The laughter isn't the same, and every whispered memory reminds me of your name. I thought we'd last forever, but distance found a way. Love turned into distance, slowly, quietly apart. The fire we once carried now flickers in my heart. We tried to hold the moments, but the space grew wide. Love turned into distance, and I can't bring it back inside. The places we once wandered now echo silently. Every step beside you feels empty to me. Your hand no longer touches the warmth I used to know, and every night reminds me love has gone cold. I thought we'd fight the distance, but it swallowed us whole. Love turned into distance, slowly, quietly apart. The fire we once carried now flickers in my heart. We tried to hold the moments, but the space grew wide. Love turned into distance, and I can't bring it back inside. Maybe some hearts drift, even when they're meant to stay. Maybe the hardest endings are the ones that fade away. Every quiet moment tells me we're apart. Love turned into distance, slowly, quietly apart. The fire we once carried now flickers in my heart. We tried to hold the moments, but the space grew wide. Love turned into distance, and I can't bring it back inside. The night surrounds me gently, and the stars won't reply. love turned into distance, and all I can do is sigh.